What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for MicroStrategy Incorporated with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So we're back with another week of market action. The market was closed yesterday due to, I think it was Washington's birthday, or it used to be President's Day, I believe. Now it's Washington's birthday, so that market was closed. MicroStrategy was not moving, but now it was moving slightly today. So it held up pretty well. Bitcoin was dropping slightly more today. It recovered already most of the drop, and MicroStrategy was holding up very well in that against Bitcoin. As you can see here, it hasn't really done much for the past several weeks now, just pretty much flat, waiting for some type of aggressive buyer or aggressive seller to come in the market to move around the price, because the market is fairly balanced right now. The only thing that can move the market is an imbalance between buying and selling pressure. So right now, the buying and selling pressure is fairly balanced, and the market is not moving right now. There's a slight bearish imbalance going on. Prices making lower highs at the same time, prices making equal lows. So there's a slight bearish bias to this stock price in the short term. Right over here, if you circle all this, you would say that most likely this has a chance of breaking down lower, and I would not disagree with there's a good chance of that breaking down lower. However, if you look at the macro picture, it's still in an uptrend. So a lot of times that uptrend can override anything happening in the short term and just continue to push the price up higher and higher. So we'll see which way it goes. As right now, you clearly see it's not really showing any particular direction it wants to go in. It drops down lower, then it gets bought back up. It goes up higher, then it gets sold down. So it's just a lot of choppiness going on in the short term. And eventually, probably sometime this month, this month is almost over. There's only 8 more trading days left. So this practically the whole month of February was just washed out with just basically nothing, flat price action. So again, it should start moving soon. I would say if not end of the month, probably early March. This thing should break out soon. So a breakout lower would not be shocking to me. There's a target at the 240 level that the bears have been trying to reach for a while now, and we could see a little fake breakout lower and then a reversal higher. Or if we do see a breakout higher, we can pull back, find support, and then rally. Or we pull back and find support at higher prices. Either one would be bullish. I'm not expecting price to just top and all of a sudden drop down lower. I think a lot of people are expecting this to be a top right here. And the reasoning behind that is they're saying back in the prior bull market, I think it was 2021, right over here, this peak right here. I'll show you guys that more on the weekly chart. I'll show you guys that right now. Let's go to the log scale, the weekly chart. As you can see here, this is a better view of the chart. And you can see that this peak right here was in February 2021, and Bitcoin peaked sometime in November of 2021. So it was a leading indicator of a top in Bitcoin, MicroStrategy top first. So are we gonna see something like that again? Are we gonna top first and then are we saying this is a top right now? Bitcoin's going to rally and then sell off while MicroStrategy continues to trade sideways and lower? I don't think so, and I'll give you 2 reasons why. The first reason, and the most important, is the technicals. Look at this trend right here. See how those barely any pullbacks in this trend? This was kind of like a very aggressive, unsustainable move up higher. And now look at this trend right here. This trend has more waves to it. So it's more structured, which is a good sign. It means that it can continue much longer and further than people think. So this was a unstructured trend. Now we have a structured trend in play, as you can see in the log scale. Another big reason is that this company is having much more Bitcoin than it had before, way more Bitcoin than it had back here in 2021. So it's going to be probably trading more in line with Bitcoin's 4-year cycle. It would just make sense, as this has much more Bitcoin now, that it would be closer tied to Bitcoin's 4-year cycle and price appreciation. In this case, this was kind of just like, oh, this company has, buying Bitcoin. They have some Bitcoin. Now just a quick run up and then it collapsed down lower. It was just very unsustainable. Was this going to continue higher and moving higher like that while Bitcoin was going up? Probably not. So it was just overheated. It was overextended. It was unsustainable. And they didn't have that much Bitcoin as they do now. This trend is way more structured, more methodical, more in line with Bitcoin's 4-year cycle. So I'm expecting this to continue higher. Again, nothing's guaranteed, right? I mean, obviously, if it was guaranteed, I'd put a thousand I mean, millions of dollars into this stock, right? If it was guaranteed to go up, but it's not guaranteed. So you have to manage your risk. You have to understand both sides of the story. If it doesn't go up, what are you going to do? If it goes up, what are you going to do? Always have a exit plan and eat for profit and for a loss potentially. So again, that's how I'm looking at MicroStrategy. And again, daily chart, basically nothing to go over there. The same lines, same descending triangle pattern. It looks just a pullback in my opinion. And if you go over the weekly chart, as you can see here, price generally has pierced fell below the EMA, and we haven't seen that yet. So a good fall below the EMA would do the trick. It would be very similar to what happened before, fall down through the EMA and then a rally higher. I'm looking for the $1,500 target probably sometime by the summertime, probably in spring. We'll probably see 1,500 and then $4,000 right around potentially probably this Bitcoin cycle I'm expecting. Let's see what happens. What happens at $1,500? If we reach the $1,500 target sometime towards the end of the year, then we're probably not gonna hit the $4,000 target. If we hit the $1,500 target sometime in the next 3-4 months, then there's a good chance we're probably still going to continue higher towards that $4,000 target, which would bring this stock to right around $1 trillion market cap without obviously $4,000 without stock splits. So again, that's what the technicals are telling me. Right now, we're trading near the prior high back here in the dot-com bubble, back here in 2000. And the price is still relative because price was once upon a time trading this level. As you can see here, it is still doing something. Why are we still trading near that level? It's because it is having some influence on the current price action. So again, we're finding a little bit of resistance there. Nothing to be worried about. I'm expecting price to continue moving up higher. This just looks like a pullback, waiting for price to continue higher towards the $1,500 level and then the $4,000 level. As you can see here, strategy plans to convert 2 billion of bonds, plans to sell 2 billion of bonds that convert into stock, which we're probably going to buy more Bitcoin with. You don't want them buying like a vacation for their senior executives. You don't want them buying the dollars and holding the dollars. You don't want them buying land. You want them to buy Bitcoin, which is going to outpace practically everything in the market over the long term. So as long as they're using the debt to buy valuable things, I mean, at this point, just probably Bitcoin, then it's fine, right? There's difference between bad debt and good debt. And then obviously, if you're not over leveraged as well. So again, they're planning on selling 2 billion worth of bonds to convert to stock. That will be able to convert to stock, and that means they're gonna probably just buy more Bitcoin. So they did 6.2 billion of the convertible debt last year, and now they're already at 2 billion in February, so probably March. So they're probably gonna get to right around the same level or even exceed it. And if you're not sure what this is, you can always ask ChatGPT, what is a convertible debt offering? Strategy is raising funds by issuing bonds that can be converted into shares of the company at a later date. The convertible aspect means bondholders have the option to exchange their bonds for stock, usually at a set conversion price. This type of offering is often used to raise capital with the potential for equity upside if the company does well. And then just goes over the goal, record-breaking issuance, bond terms, no interest. Again, is it different from a traditional bond? This is a common feature in convertible bonds because investors take on more risk with the potential upside of converting the bonds into shares. That basically explains it pretty well, what they're planning on doing. And then obviously they're going to tap the ATM eventually again. So I would be prepared for that as well. And again, that's all I have for MicroStrategy on the daily and weekly charts. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.